We're gonna give you the best exercises to make you more athletic for basketball, and we're gonna start right now. The first movement we gotta look at is we got to be agile, okay? We have to be able to cut very rapidly when we're out on the court, and we've gotta be able to cut, jump, be explosive on one leg and on two legs. So what we're gonna start with is a hide and jump. Okay, we're gonna do a hide and jump, which I'll demonstrate, a single leg jump to a double leg jump. So this is a complex plyometric series, but it's gonna help you become more athletic. And we wanna focus on landing, cutting, okay? So we're here, land, here, boom, boom, okay? So quick jumps. Short time frame on the ground. So we're gonna look at this, land here, okay? So when I land, I wanna be ready, change that shin angle here, I wanna be ready here, jump forward. Now I'm going into that double leg jump and I'm landing. And we can go through this where we would hit, let's say 3 jumps on my left leg first, and then we would go 3 jumps on my right leg. So we're hitting both sides on both angles, okay? One more here, boom, 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 boom. And what you can even think about is when we would plant here and cut, think about what this shin is gonna be doing to project yourself forward. Think about that trunk control. Do this consistently at least once a week to help you improve your athleticism, specific for basketball. What would a peak strength athletic video be without having the single leg squat? So we've got our single leg squat with our single leg pad set up, available at garagestrength.com. Every single basketball player should be hitting single leg squats, okay, or variations of single leg squats. It's easier on the knees. It helps with that trunk control. It trains the glutes quite a bit. And because basketball players are so tall, their tibia will determine how deep they're gonna get, okay? So we can get to just around that 90-degree position. Now, the exercise that I want you to do is we're gonna do a cradle, okay? So we're gonna hold a dumbbell like a cradle here. That's gonna force us to have a little bit of trunk control and a little bit of a forward lean. So we're gonna go here, nice and easy. Doesn't have to be crazy heavy. Okay, we got a 30-pound dumbbell. That's simple. Any basketball player should be able to do a 30-pound dumbbell for 6 to 7 reps, and you can do that unbroken. And you're gonna feel that in your hamstrings and in your glutes. So we're here, boom, 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 okay? And we're gonna pair this with one of my favorite all-time jumps, especially for basketball players. They're a little bit bigger. They weigh a little bit more because they're so tall. The next jump that we're gonna show you is perfect for basketball players to be more athletic and not beat up their body. Okay, so we're gonna use a contrast method, all right? So we hit that single leg squat. Now we're gonna do stair jumps, my all-time favorite. And the reason why stair jumps are great for basketball players is because you're landing a little bit taller, so there's not as much of an impact, but it's also gonna teach basketball players how to cycle quickly. If we're fighting for a rebound and the ball's bouncing around and we land, get back up, land, get back up, that's gonna optimize our performance on the defense. So we've gotta think about how these things are gonna transfer over to the court. This is what I wanna see. I'm gonna try and get this in 3 jumps. Okay, you hit the single leg, you come over here, you rest about 30 to 60 seconds, then you hit these stair jumps. Here, try to react as quickly as possible, get into that good position, cycle through, boom, boom, boom. Now we rest about 2 minutes, head back over to those single leg squats. Third pairing, another great exercise for basketball players. If we can think about basketball, there's a lot of jumping and rotating. So a lot of athletes, especially younger basketball players, struggle with landing in those rotating positions. So the best way that we can do that is to actually train it. And I'll show you a unique progression. So you can start with 90-degree turns on the box jump. So watch here, I'm facing here, like that, 90 degrees. Then when I would come off, okay, I'm gonna turn, boom, boom. Okay, here, boom, boom, okay? So that's one thing that you can do. As you get more advanced, you can actually start to do things where you would do a 180, okay? So I'd be here, boom. Although that was a little bit like a 180, maybe a little bit short of a 180, but it's that rotation into the box that's gonna help you be more athletic. Now, when we get onto the single leg here, one of the things that I like to see, basketball players, especially recently, have been dealing with a lot of Achilles issues. They get into these crazy positions here, and they might have an Achilles tear, rupture. We don't want that. So one of the ways that you can train this and strengthen that entire joint and strengthen that tendon is you hit these rotating box jumps, okay? Let's say you hit 2 or 3 on each side for 5 sets. Rest 30 to 60 seconds. Hold this plantar flex position here, okay? And we wanna hold this position 30 seconds on my right, 30 seconds on my left. Okay, hold that. You're gonna feel that in through the calf and in through the tendon. Rest about 60 seconds, get back on the box jump. So great pairing, 1 for athletic ability and 2 for injury prevention. Okay, so again, basketball players are in positions where they're rotating a bit, they're landing backwards quite often, they might take a shot and land backwards. So we've got to train those areas to be more athletic. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a progression, okay? We call this the glide step. Funny enough, the world record holder in the shot put actually was a really good basketball player. So we're gonna be here, even though he doesn't glide, he spins. We're gonna be here, and we're gonna jump backwards and pause. Don't fall over like I just did, okay? We wanna focus on deceleration. Here, boom, okay? Deceleration, boom. So we're going backwards. Now, what I wanna do is you could either go jump backwards, jump off of one leg, or jump backwards, give yourself a false step. Okay, here, boom, 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 okay? So I'm gonna go backwards, land on one leg, give a little bit of a false jump, and then get into the double leg jump. Here, boom, 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 okay? A lot of people see the false step and they might say like, oh, well, that's making it a little bit slower. But what the false step does is it might be a hair slower at first, but it can actually create a stretch shortening cycle, which then in turn leads to a greater power output if you didn't use the false step. So you've got to calculate that as an athlete. We have to train it inside the gym because it's a jumping skill. These jumping skills are difficult, and that's exactly why we program all this stuff in our app, Peak Strength. If you head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, or the Apple iOS Store, you're gonna get plyometric specific exercises. You're even gonna get a program specifically designed for basketball. And inside that, we're gonna focus on increasing your strength, improving your structural integrity, improving your mobility, and even leading to a little bit of upper body gains, as well as your ability to put out a large amount of force in a short period of time. So pick up that basketball-based program inside of Peak Strength. You can get 7 free days of training. You're gonna get 5 free workouts. Because remember, at some point, freaks, you've gotta begin that journey to attain peak strength. Until next time, peace.